Hi and welcome to The Batch Lady, where I show you how to make fast, simple homemade meals you can make in advance, put in your freezer and use whenever you want. Now today I'm really excited because it's my very first recipe ever doing one with an Instant Pot, okay? So this video comes to you in association with Instant Pot. I have wanted to get my hands on one of these for a long time and see how we can incorporate it into batch cooking. I know that lots of my followers already use one and they absolutely love it. So I've got one, I'm giving it a go. We are making today Fragrant fish curry, okay? This is a perfect dish that takes no time at all in this machine and can be batched and you can make lots in advance. So the concept that I want to show you today is rather than making a huge amount in this and then freezing it, because it's fish and it's lovely cooked fresh, I want to show you how you can make it in bags, okay? So for instance, if you were making this recipe and you'd came home from work or you were doing a batching session of an afternoon, you could put one lot of the recipe in the Instant Pot to start cooking straight away. You could then have two other bags and you are just filling your bags with the raw ingredients, and this is going in the freezer. So everything that I show you that goes in the Instant Pot before we switch it on, it would be exactly the same as if you were freezing a bag. You could just pour it all in, seal it up, put it in your freezer. You've got one for later on and you've got one for now, or you could have two for later on, and then you've made a batch of the same sort of meal. When it comes to bringing it out of the freezer, you're just taking the bag out, putting it straight into your Instant Pot. You can cook this one from frozen, so you can defrost it if you want, or you can cook it from frozen and just put it straight back in. So that's how simple it is, okay? The great thing about this Instant Pot that I've been loving is that you can put everything in, you turn it on and you walk away. You can go and do something else. You can do the kids' homework, you can walk the dog, you can just leave it sitting there and it will naturally come to an end and finish, which is fantastic. So you're not having to stand over a stove and stir anything. So I love that. Okay, are we ready to get going? So all you want to do, and you can use frozen or fresh for this, okay? All you want to do is add your fish into the pot. You're then going to add your peas in. If you don't work in cups, don't worry, the recipe will give you both options of grams and cups. And if you don't want to use frozen, you can use fresh, okay? So I'm using frozen chopped onions, but you could actually just chop an onion and add it in, so it's entirely up to you. Now we're just going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic, which these are in little chunks of teaspoon. I'm using some frozen. We're going to use a teaspoon of ginger. So this is sort of like chopped ginger. Again, you could use fresh, frozen, or I'm using a jar. We're using a tablespoon of mango chutney. I adore mango chutney, and I love this curry with naan breads, with rice. It's a really mild curry as well, so I always feel like you can feed it to the kids. We're using a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm just going to add a little bit more because my spoon is very small. And a tablespoon of medium curry powder goes in. Next, you're going to add in your coconut milk, so your full can. In it goes. And then with everything added in, now this is where I just want to stop for a minute. If you were making one just now for the freezer, so we'd done exactly the same and everything went in the bag, you would be ready to seal this up. You could take it off your stand. Imagine it's full, and it says here, Instant Pot Fragrant Fish Curry, low pressure for 3 to 4 minutes, just add half a cup of fish stock, so that I know when I pull that out of the freezer, the instructions are on the bag. So you freeze it without the fish stock, okay? You just add the stock in when you're ready to cook it. So if you're freezing one just now, just stop and seal it up. We've got everything that we need in. You need half a cup of stock. So half a cup of fish stock that I've made up just using these fish cubes. Half a cup goes in. And now we are going to seal it up, okay? So you have a triangle at the front here, and you want to match it with the triangle of there's a little unlock arrow. You want to match it with that, and you'll hear that noise, okay? Now, you want to seal it up so it's going to pressurize, okay? Remember, this is a pressure cooker. So you're just going to turn it, and it beeps like that to let you know that it's locked, okay? Now, you may have a different one on this. I've got the Duo Plus and it holds about 8 litres, but you'll get smaller ones. This is one of the bigger ones. And each of these Instant Pots, have these little vents on the back telling you what to do. Each one is slightly different depending on what one you've got. If you've got one, you might have to turn it to make sure that you've locked it ready for it to be pressurized. I don't have to do anything with this one. It all automatically works, okay? So all we're going to do now, let me turn it around to see, is we're just going to, it says it's off just now, so we're just going to go on and press pressure cook. Pressure level is low, and I want it to go on for 3 minutes. Okay, so I've turned it to 3 minutes, and then that is just automatically going to start, okay? I've put it at 3 minutes, it's going to start, there it goes. Now, it's going to take 3 minutes to cook, but it needs to pressurize first, okay? So you're just going to leave it alone to pressurize, then it's going to cook. Once it's finished cooking, I'll come back and show you what's next. It beeps like that to tell you that that's the end. And then what will happen is it goes on to a keep warm mode, okay? So if you want to, you can just continue doing whatever else you're doing and it'll just keep it warm for you. Now there's 2 things that you must know. You need to depressurize this before you open it, okay? And there's a thing called quick release and natural release. If you just leave it alone just now and it's keeping warm, within about 20 minutes it'll be depressurized, and you'll know that because there's a little pressure valve at the back that's popped up at the moment to say that it's pressurized, and it will go down when the pressure is slowly released. There's a valve here that will start to let some steam out and it'll just naturally release the pressure, and then you can open it, okay? Or you can choose to do a quick release. Okay, so there's a button here that you just need to press. Now you have to be careful here and stand away from it because it's got steam that's going to come out. Okay, so if I press the quick release button down, and I just used something to do so it wasn't my hand in there, then that will just release the steam very quickly. Remember, this steam is piping hot, stay away from it, okay? Okay, so we can just open it up now. Take the lid off. I'm going to add my corn flour in. Give it a little stir around. And the heat of that will just allow it to naturally sort of thicken. Okay, if I leave it a couple of minutes, as I said, I'm going to pour it out into the dish and let you see what it looks like. So obviously that's going to get thicker and thicker in the next couple of minutes. But that is your amazing fish curry. I'll let you see what it looks like on the screen. Thanks for watching The Batch Lady. More on this to come. Take care. Bye.